Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mancillon. I hope you're having a wonderful day. For it is very powerful eclipse. I wasn't really feeling up to making a video yesterday. It's a solar eclipse, a new moon solar eclipse at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a great constellation of philosophy. It is the centaur Chiron. It is about aiming. It's about learning to focus. And this eclipse is really assists us to remove all kinds of blockages that will get us ready for the 12-12 portal. It will be a very important portal of activation for those who are ready. For 12 is a sacred number. There's 12 months, there's 12 constellations, there is 12 rays of primal ray in our light body, there is 12 dimension in our sub-universe. It is very much base 12 is really a mathematical enhancement from a base 10. Then we'll return to a base 10 and a base 7 later on. The highest wisdom of the day is the chaos. The card of the day is the chaos and conflict. It's about letting go, letting everything move, being expurged from all that is no longer in harmony. Then everything falls back into place and returns to a divine order. But everything that's no longer in harmony with our soul and spirit and the higher past is being exposed. And tonight the card of the night will be young. It will be about the divine will, divine power. We'll be inspired to know what we need to do. And so for understanding the I'm expressing ideas and thoughts. Everything is relative, everything's perspective. Just perceptions change every moment, but what must be understood is that the young soul are coming full circle. They will be completely incapable of proceeding through the process of ascension, so they're going to be coming full circle. And as the Archangel Ariel explained, it's like for the old mature soul, it is a royal, it is a sovereign incarnation, and it's a return to this connection to the ascension point. And so so it's about choosing what version of the earth we want to move in, what timeline. So it's like in the omni-earth, there is all kinds of possibility. For the earth is an experimental ground, a decimal planet where there is experimentation. And so it's about moving into this phase of harmony. Ignore the fear and focus on love and the power within. For a lot of the problems are that fears and things is just they're just parasites from the astral plane that see our weaknesses, and they introduce thoughts into our mind and make us believe their own thoughts, when it's about self-criticism. For fear as an entity has fulfilled its function. She wants to return home. She wants to be consumed in the light and return to the love of God. And so love will consume the fear. Do not react to other news. Just observe it, but do not react. Remove yourself from emotional involvement, from the collective drama. It is important. And decide, what do you want for your future? What do you want? Do not let other fortune tellers or other people to tell you what your future, or the news, or other people tell you what your future should be. Determine that between you and God. It is like anything is possible right now. And tell yourself that you love yourself. Remind that many times a day. It is very important to love yourself and not to blame or judge yourself for whatever we've been going through. For fear is the principal cause of illness, and they know that. That's why they're broadcasting so much fear. But we have to create this self-healing and to align the body and the soul. And to for the illness is a misalignment between the body and the soul plan. So learn from whatever illness and accept that there is this power of healing within. And it's important to rest and let go of stress. Ask your body what it needs. For even mental illness is like, for the most part, it was, rather than taking drugs or trying to analyze psychologically, it will find a way in the future to remove all kinds of mental illness just by removing the entities that are parasiting, the parasites that are infiltrated the person's mind, and he has identified with this. So it's about removing that and to find the harmony between the different facets of our personality, so they don't conflict within each other, to find this balance. And so for it's like the most of the problem is that we have forgotten to love ourselves and to love nature and to love the world, to love the universe, to love God, to love people, to love animals. Love is the answer to all things. And this pandemic is fake or real. It's really assisting in in the awakening. Very soon there will be great technologies that will be shared from the galactic, and all kinds of technologies, but we're going to need to be responsible in the use of them, to be safe with it, because humans have a tendency to misuse technologies for power and all kinds of things, or to hurt other people. So we need to mature a little bit before we give them those technologies. And there will be opposing force to them. There will be opposing force when the galactic, even at first contact, there'll still be opposing force to the release of those technologies by those people that want to maintain their own individual power. But most big companies will subside. They will be removed the right to operate as entity, as individual, like individual, and smaller company will be better equipped to serve the humanity. Just as advertising, multimedia advertising is pure pollution. It's like the conditioning pollution. To me, it's like we could make a lot of ecological well-being for and people who works in advertising are very creative, who can find other ways to utilize their talent. We have to honor this individualized divine soul, and the masculine and the feminine polarity, the light of the masculine, that is the mind, and the love of the feminine, that is the heart, to heal our emotional body. It is known as the resurrection. You can call on the Christ, the beloved Christ, as an assistant, a guide to this inner resurrection. But honor your feeling, and and your will to live, which is the divine masculine, the light in your mind and the love in your heart. And right now it is the return of the divine feminine. We have to honor that divine feminine. Women have been really having a really hard time on this planet, and they needs to be honored. And so, for we all had incarnation, and male and female, but no matter what, if we're in a male body or a female body, we have the power. We need to balance out the emotional and the mental, and rather than also male and female to compete. We are complementary. We have to find our own balance. But honor your feeling body, your feminine side, and balance the more the feeling body is balanced, the more the guidance will be received. You can call on the Master Saint Germain and his angels of the violet fire to burn, to balance out, to create this emotional healing. So this will continue. It's a process. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what the angels. For a long time, we were just feeling like the Buddha said, life is suffering. We were born to suffer, but it's not our contract. We're born to find this point of freedom and joy. But we needed to know what humanity was going through, what other souls have been going through for millennia. So it's like we had to feel that. The highest wisdom is happiness. Choose happiness. Choose that as the key words. I want to today I have to do this and this and that and that and that, but today I want to feel happiness. I want to feel freedom. I want to feel joy. I want to feel abundance. What we need to understand is the accomplishment, the full circle. What we need to do is the judgment, to allow the inner soul and the other soul to lead the show, to let God rules, and the outcome will be the triumph of the light. So it is very essential, very important. Have compassion for others, but do not believe that you have to fix them or solve their problem before you can be free, because that will not happen. They have to take care of their own challenges. You want to keep the door open for them, and have this compassion. But you're not here to save others. You're here to find your point of freedom and to expand that freedom, that joy, that anchoring, so that others can find themselves too. For within the present, there is a possibility. When we are at peace, we can create expansion. All things are within the present. Any reality, any dimension, anything can be experienced in the presence. All realities are available now. Then it's a matter of just holding the frequency, letting go of the resistance, and then things will flow into the material world as well. For and we don't need to make sense of all that is going on right now. Certain things is just necessary, and do not rush the process of the etheric work. It just happens when it happens. It's like no need to shake the trees. The fruits will come when it's the time for them to come, and it's right now. It's a very powerful time for catalyst of a new reality that is for the direction is conducted. It's the other soul that brings the directions of our life. So, and other souls have a better view of the overall plan. Our soul knows so much more than our human consciousness. So when they are all contact with celestial or extraterrestrials are some on some way it's an aspect of us. It's even the creator God is the most real part of us. It is so it's never create the separation. Understand, of course there's the greater universe and the company of heaven. It's very expensive, but a lot of the people, the beings you communicate on the higher planes, higher beings of light, are part of your oversoul. They're part of your higher self and oversoul. So for it is important to discipline the mind and to focus your energy, to learn to focus, to stay focused on this light in your spirit and the love in your heart. And so for the Earth's life is just the beginning of a great cosmic adventure that will lead us beyond as a consciousness, beyond the planet. But for now, it is our love that we are here to anchor, and we need to shift our frequency to see the higher realm. For we're looking for this home of God. We're looking for that. We're taking step by step, and it's in a process. And so, but sometimes we're taking the long road. We need to investigate all kinds of details, and so. But we're learning from the process. We have learned to create outside of love, and yet we're still able to feel the love and to express the love inside this dark matrix. It is the power of love that makes it all possible and makes it that allowed us to go through that extremely painful and difficult process. We want to move into the Ark of the Covenant, the Ark of Moses, to navigate the ocean. In the ocean, there is no signs, there is no road. There's just the heart is the compass, and keep the north, follow your feeling side, and the seven rays is the vehicle that will bring us safely home to tune into this sacred fire, to navigate those times with hope and faith. It is very important. And so I also wanted to talk briefly about there's this great cosmic adventure. We all come from Lyra, those physical humanoids. They were the Lyrians, were the founders. Originally, they looked like pragmatists. They were created by the mother as creator Elohims, and some of them has moved negatively into polarization, but and some of them are manifested into stars. And so there is a need to understand that there is this great cosmic drama that's being created. And also wanted to talk about the Saurians, the reptilians. Not all reptilians are negative. The Alpha Draconians are ascended beings of love and light. There's all kinds of reptilians that are really kind and loving, but there are also some negatively oriented, and those are leaving the planet. If they come here, it's because their origin is the Earth. Originally, some of those reptilians that we have that have been manipulating that programs, they won't, they're in the breach of the cosmic law, so they will have to return home, and they're all returning home. Just consider, but do not be afraid of them. They saw that they have some rights to come here because they were created here by the Anunnakis in the times of the dinosaurs that made some humanoid DNA, their DNA mixed in with the reptilians of the time, but they couldn't stay here. They moved them to a very far away, distant system, and now they have technologies. They feel like they want to return to their own home, and they were trying to colonize it, but it doesn't work. They need hydrogen to breathe, and so there's like this oxygen planet is given to the human population, the I am race. So do not be afraid of them. Just if you send them love and light, there is no transmutation. They will be. They have no, they cannot affect, they don't have the right to affect us. It's just those who are willing to suggestion to polarize negatively. The humans that serve those agenda are themselves souls that have chosen to polarize negatively. But all of it will come to a resolution. For we needed this contrast, in a sense, for the Pleiadians originally wanted to deny the duality principle. They denied it, and it created on the early Pleiadian civilizations a very powerful immune system deficiency in the disease, because they were really trying to deny the tide, and say, well, it's only high tide, and let's stop it from moving into low tide. And so it's like eventually the point of balance was provided from a great Elohim named Arcturus, and Arcturus brings is the integration, the healing, and it's very powerful. And so when even a human soul, it's implicated with the earth, and Arcturians kept the balance within the collective consciousness. There was some Arcturian base on the planet as well, but they're non-invasive. They didn't really appreciate it, actually, the influence of the Anunnakis and the Pleiadians with the human genome, that they, because even the human genome was tampered with. It was the Pleiadian and the Anunnaki that put on some of the genomes in the primates and accelerated the process. The Arcturians thought it was better to allow the process, but the Arcturians is like, we ought to have to go through this Arcturian matrix of balance when we're born and when we die. So that's why it's a very pleasant process. But then why wouldn't we want the universe to be all on the Arcturian model of perfect integration? It's because there was no challenge, there was no expansion. The universe needed this expansion, yet those who created the program looks into the program into millions of years of evolution. So they have very expansive view of time, so they know that eventually all find this balance. So we need to integrate the darkness and the light in order to find that love can dissolve all that. It's the whole point of the exercise, is to communicate, to allow more love to dissolve all, to integrate all those parts of ourselves. For we needed to experience the good and the evil, and to create this expansion, and then to let it go and to remove that, to move into this integration of the divine masculine and divine feminine. And you can call on the Arcturians to assist you in your integration. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I wish you a good, it's a very powerful time, and do not, this eclipse is very powerful. So just rest and relax, and prepare yourself. In a few days, there's going to be this amazing activation. For those who are ready, thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for the donations. If you want a private session, you can send me an email. I'm going to share some paintings. This one is completely finished. It's a poem of Charles Baudelaire. It took me a long time. There were some words. It was just a letter that wasn't perfectly integrated, but now it is. This one is in English. I'm not sure I'm going to leave it like that. I'm still looking at it. It's a paper. It's the beginning of the Tales of the Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Right now it's in red, but it may not be light enough. I might lighten up. This one I've been working on. I'll show it. It's about the grand universe, paradise, the central universe, Avona, of eternal ultimate perfection, and then all of that is invisible, and then the super universe of time and space and the other galaxies. But I'm not quite satisfied with the color of the arrows, and I'm not really quite satisfied with the center, so I'm going to still be looking at it and see what I need to change. And this one is a surrealist painting. I changed the color here. I put like Hooker's green, and it's like an emerald green. It's very beautiful green, and then I changed the color here. And I might just have to finish, close the signature, change the color of the signature, and then that will be done. This is about the super universe of Orvonton. It's a finished painting. So I hope you're having a good weekend. I'm going to sing a song. There was this song that went through my mind, but I didn't have time to go look for the words. It's called Rocket Man. It's an early song of Elton John. So I'm going to sing an old pop song. Finish. It goes like this. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. As long as love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm my lonely nights. I love you, baby, Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you. Baby, let me love you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. As long as love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. To warm my lonely night, I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, whoa, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray, oh, pretty baby. Now that I found you, stay and let me love you, baby, let me love you. Oh, pretty baby, trust in me when I say. Old song, romantic song. I'm going to put one more card. I wish you a wonderful weekend. I hope that you stay close to your creator, to your source. May God keep you, guard you. And the card of the day is the Page of Raphael, gentle, loving, dreamer, and sincere. The situation is allowing new emotion to be born, new relation or invitation to an event. Your intuition is saying much. So continue to listen to your intuition more than anything else. Listen to your feeling, healing your feeling side of life. It is very important. The better we feel, the more we honor this divine feminine within ourselves and within others, the more we'll be able to receive a clear guidance. Well, thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful weekend, a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai.